Welcome, sports fans, to another episode of Ugly Thirds. We have a Jersey news update. Today's topic is the Anaheim Ducks' new 30th anniversary jersey that was just released last night. John and Shrems, take it away.
Anaheim releases a new specialty jersey, their second in 5 years. They did it with the 25th. Well, now they have another one-off jersey, and it's not this logo, which we all
Why?
kind of. I mean, they put that together, and
Why isn't it that logo? That's the question I'm asking.
I think it's a spectacular logo. I love everything about that. If anything, I might try and find a Ducks jersey just to put that on it because I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Which seems silly because I have the Reebok one, so I get an Adidas, but that's a really good patch. No, this is what they put out at about 8 o'clock last night on their Twitter. We'll link the video in the description if you haven't seen it already, because it's very dramatic.
It's 100% dramatic and entirely too overproduced for what the whole thing was. Did you see the video of their first round pick walking out, like coming out of like a time capsule with it?
No.
Well, that's what the picture is, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll link that one too. That was something else as well.
Initial thoughts. Shrems, take it away.
My initial thought is that you've taken a shoulder patch, which belonged on a shoulder and not as a primary logo, and moved it to a primary logo, which I am very much against, and 99% of the time does not work. It being a roundel is nice. I like roundels. I'm a fan of the style. I think it's classy. I think what they're doing for an anniversary is classy. But not with that logo on it. I think they needed something a little bit more regal than the duck that you're going to tell us about that ducks don't look like. So my initial interpretation of this is it could have been better. Like there's opportunities to make it better without changing a whole lot.
Yeah, so we've talked about this with our Anaheim video that ducks don't look like this. They don't. Donald Duck looks like this, but ducks don't look like this. And I think that's, first off, is a problem that we're just going to accept the Disney look as that's what a duck looks like now. Okay. Never mind, Disney doesn't own the team anymore, and the corporation like that never should have had that much input, but okay. Orca Bay Canucks, okay.
Are you
But
saying you're anti-Mighty Ducks?
I'm anti-nostalgia clogging everything. And when in high school, when I was one of 4 fans, and Phil wasn't one of them at the time.
Oh, throwing shade.
How many people would come and be like, well, why don't the Penguins just do the flying V? Because it's interference. Why don't they just do a knuckle puck? That's
Wait a
not
minute,
a thing.
John. Are you saying there is no hockey team from Trinidad and Tobago like they mentioned in Mighty Ducks 2?
Oh, I wonder if that, like just watching that today, how cringy it would be and how many stereotypes are in there. I don't remember because I didn't watch those that much.
But you digress. Continue.
Anyways, not only do ducks not look like this, as far as I know, this is the only piece of goalie equipment ever used on an NHL jersey. And it's a mask, right? And these masks are fiberglass.
Ooh, Coyotes. Does he wear goalie pads? Does the Kachino?
I don't think so.
It might be a goalie stick. I'd have to look at it.
As a goalie stick, I don't mean you're right. I have to look. Let me look that up while you're talking.
You look that up while I'm talking. Equipment. It's a goalie mask, right? These are made of fiberglass. They don't move. And just because the duck is snarling, smirking, I don't know what that look is supposed to be in the logo. The mask wouldn't move with it. Like its eyes wouldn't squint. I know we all expect that with Spider-Man now, but like, it's not a cartoon, or they're ducks. We're no longer Mighty Ducks. We're no longer Disney, and yet, I hate so much.
So let me ask you this question: because there is another Ducks team, sort of, I believe they still exist or recently went defunct. The Quad City Mallards. had a very regal looking duck on a handful of their jerseys. If you
Yes.
swap this out for something a little bit more simple and less cartoony, are you won over?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, full stop. If the Ducks why do you think I like the WebD logo so much? It's accurate to a duck, and it has the bonus of being a D. I mean, like for ducks, right?
Yeah.
I was in a design contest, and I did it as I did a V of ducks flying through the air that made a subtle A, like something realistic. They're ducks. They're not mighty ducks anymore. They're ducks. Anyways, but I digress. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with that whole idea. But this logo is just so cartoony that I'm just not a fan of it in general. Like, I think that's really what it comes to. It's so cartoonish that this logo ruins what otherwise I like as a jersey.
Color scheme here, they got it. Like, they got the element of 30 years. But you swap that out with that WebD. You take the duck out, you swap it with some sort of variation of that WebD, and you have a proper anniversary jersey. Like, it's a very simple switch. Everything else is good. Color scheme's great.
Yeah, I mean, and look, I mean, let's be honest. They took the original jersey, right, and they fixed the one thing that is very of the time, and that's the diagonal stripes, right? We just don't see much of diagonal stripes like this anymore. It's a very '90s element. And so they fixed it. And in fixing it, they fixed one of the things I have always had a pet peeve of, and that's how the numbers were on these old jerseys. The numbers overlap the stripes, which visibility, look, whatever. And I don't like the other option with it with St. Louis doing squishing it on one side and having the
Yeah.
asymmetry. I think they fixed it. And like, look, all right, so the silver stripe on the top does replicate the original, right? That was there. I think, and in that silver stripe on the sleeve, it's stamped with Mighty Ducks 1993 and Anaheim Ducks 2005, or vice versa. I don't know which side it's on. Um, I don't know that I love this. I don't know that I love the stamping or that I love the silver how it is. I think honestly, if you remove that and make it even a little more understated, it's an even better jersey. Thoughts?
Yeah. I I don't mind because it's an anniversary jersey. I don't mind them throwing back to it, and like we've seen with a couple of the Centennial jerseys did the subtle sleeve throwback and
Montreal
kind of
and
over.
Detroit both did that. Yeah.
Right. It was okay. I'm give or take on it. Like I could care less if it goes, but I don't mind that it stays. But let me throw something at you here. This jersey in the form that we see it now, what they're going to be wearing on ice, if you take that orange jersey that they used for reverse retro and you swap it with this one, is it a better fit?
Oh, for reverse retro, this is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Especially since reverse retro is supposed to be a bit fun. I
Yeah.
mean, look at Florida for crying out loud, right? Um, it's fun, and I don't think an anniversary jersey should necessarily be a fun thing. It should be more respectful, regal. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I think with what you
If
said,
you're
you
a
put the Web D there. It's a better jersey. It's a
Yeah,
fit.
you have a franchise that has you are a Stanley Cup winning franchise, and you roll out a 30th anniversary jersey with this thing. Like, you want people to take you seriously in a team that's trying to rebound. It's not like you're fresh off a cup. You're trying to rebuild your team here. You're trying to make yourselves look polished and like you're going to make a splash in the future. This is one small swap, and that does just that WebD comes back, and you're off and running. But this is cartoony. This is not how a 30th should be represented.
Now, all that said,
Yep.
yeah, so I might buy this one. I wouldn't for full retail, but the last ones took forever and didn't really go anywhere. So there were options cheap, and I didn't bother. I mean, this was the one 5 years ago for the 25th. This is Phil's, like, because I didn't bother, and I still don't. But there was a Fanatics one that went, and I'm like, meh. Um, better, or is this new one better or worse than this one?
Boy, that black really muddies it up, doesn't it?
I mean, I think the black is supposed to be for the modern incarnation of the team, but what a subtle way to do it.
Yeah, it's this one, the one that they're doing for their 30th. I think there's enough redeeming qualities to it to where it outperforms this one. This one doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know where the shoulders came from. This still doesn't fix it. I actually didn't realize that the much thinner stripe, the gray is just a pinstripe here, where it was a full-fledged stripe here.
How about this thought process? There's nothing you could do to this jersey to make it better. There's
you drop the whole shoulder thing, but again, you're starting to talk big overhauls at that point.
But you swap the web D, but you still don't have a good look. I feel like you swap the web D on the 30th and you have something. Like you have that what you were looking for. This was almost
there. You have what you're looking for.
Yeah, but I feel like this one's a bit played out. Like we've ran the gamut. We've done the reverse retros. We've done the stadium series with the original logo. I get that they're trying to move forward into something new, but I don't know if they got it.
Moving backwards. Which leads me to my next thing. So everyone had been talking about a rebrand.
Yeah.
This was teased before the draft.
Right.
Have we all been duped? Is this what they've been doing all along? Or is there still a rebrand that's probably going to go back to something like this? This eggplant and jade, which I think they called it plum in the video, and I'm like, whoa, hold on now. Eggplant, jade.
I would say that this is not a rebrand. This has nothing to do with rebranding your franchise. This is a one-off jersey.
Do you think they're going to rebrand in the next year or two? Do you think there's still a rebrand in process?
They said rebrand. They 100% said rebrand, and that is not the franchise, but the word on the street was that a rebrand was coming. And this is not a rebrand. This is just a one-off type thing that they're doing for something special. So I would say that I would venture a guess to say that there's still more to come with this. We might be doing another video here in the near future.
You think so? With everything in mind, I thought maybe the word on the street was wrong. This was the jersey, right?
Oof. Now, being in the collecting community, we haven't seen Anaheim blow out their inventory as if they were going to. So, now that I think about that out loud, maybe there is something to this being it.
And they showed the 30th patch on the regular jersey. Like we've seen pictures of that because it has the W ad and the patch, and well, God help where the captain's going to go. It's more crap. So,
as much fun as it has been setting this up on Zoom, I'd love to not have to do this for a rebrand video next week. So,
yeah, well, I get the feeling it's going to be at least another year, because why would they show that 30th patch? But I wonder if the rumors have been wrong all along, and this is it. This is the rumbling we thought we heard.
Could have been. A lot of people misinterpret things, and maybe that's what this was.
Now, if they would have had the first pick, do they push for a rebrand at the same time?
With a Bedard, I would 100% say so. Yeah, I would say we move that up a little bit.
That is rumors.
Ovechkin wore black and copper for a year,
but like that wasn't a necessary like. Bedard's, he talked up galore. I mean, and Anaheim again lost out number 2 again. The last time they had the chance for number 1 was what year?
Was Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby, and they lost again to another generational player. So I think if you would have had that, these rumblings were before the draft lottery was done. So they might be like, well, we didn't get the first pick, so let's take another year to really push it back. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be that shocked if that's the case, actually. And sell a bunch of these 30th anniversary jerseys, and then next year sell a bunch of brand new jerseys. Right?
You know what franchises love? Money.
Yes.
So I don't think they'd have a hard time doing that. I would think they would welcome the opportunity
except Arizona, who does not like money.
No, they 100% came out and said that they're going to that they've made money from last year to this year. Like they've been a profitable franchise.
Yeah, from the team sharing from the other teams, absolutely they made money.
No. They made, like, instead of the projected $2,000, they made $4,000. Didn't you read this?
Oh, no, I didn't read that. No, I
I
read how
didn't read
there's
that
6
either.
spots to put
Well,
an
now that they're
arena
going
in
to pay for
Phoenix,
their
so,
own arena, allegedly,
which
they're
is
going to lose any revenue that they did make. So,
More to come on that one.
but this is a Jersey show, and look, final thoughts. Are you buying one?
I'm gonna start by saying that you have a roundel, and if you're gonna do a roundel, you have to do something less gimmicky. That's a good shoulder patch for 1996, but in 2023, it doesn't work for an anniversary.
Agreed. I'll buy one if it's the right price. I think I'll stick to Adidas for once because it like in those videos, this logo looks thick. Like it is going to be like 3D depth happening. So while I know our entire audience is like, of course, why would you go Fanatics? I'm cheap enough. I don't mind. Usually, Reebok broke me on jersey quality. So, but I look for the right price. I'll buy one. Phil, what do you think?
well, I think I'll probably get one just because, that's been the pattern. So I'll probably have, they said they were available until 2024. So we'll have another
But if you
video.
pre-order, you get the special patch.
I don't think I would have made that window by now, unless I mean,
It
1,000
probably
people is a
But
lot, but
right.
I also had to wait, because it's summer. So I'll probably get one, and we'll probably use that one for our video when we actually get it. Just because, I mean, I have a good chunk of the Ducks one, so why not at this point?
Bill, don't forget that Adidas is going to be blowing those things out at the end of the year to clear their inventory. So, save
I know
your
what I'm
hard
waiting
earned.
on.
Yeah, save
Very
it.
good point.
Don't do anything too quickly.
All right, so I guess that wraps it up for our thought, right? I mean, like, it's a good jersey with a terrible logo.
Yeah,
And that, for what it's worth, probably not the
75% of
best
the way there.
anniversary, but
Yeah. Phil, take us out.
All right. Don't forget hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you hit the little bell to be notified when we get new videos up, and tune in for another episode of Ugly Thirds.